You see, there are two types of love. There is love as a reward, and there is love as gratitude. Love as a reward is what people strive for. What do people want? To do nothing, just dream, and then, out of the blue, you meet someone who makes you completely happy for life. You don't need to do anything, you just need to find such a person, and that's it. You find them and you're happy for life. Everything is great, this is what we want. But in real life, we never encounter this. Money doesn't just fall from the sky, for example, neither do apartments. Keys to apartments also don't fall from the sky like rain, so to speak. That means we need to work in order to have everything we have in life, but we want to have love forever without making any effort. This is such an interesting idea that lives in a person right from birth. And the reason is that such love exists, eternally and forever. It exists, but it's not connected with people. It's connected with God. But we've confused one with the other a little bit, and that's where the problem lies. Now you'll say, what to do? Why create a family? Maybe we should go to a monastery. Is that a good idea or a bad one? Let me explain that there's another option. There is another option, it's called love that doesn't come by itself, but love that comes as a result of your work on relationships. And this love has a completely different nature. It doesn't just make you feel high, it evokes a very deep feeling. Let's talk about this a little bit, so that you can start to understand this a bit. Look, the first stage of true love is a feeling of calmness next to this person. You come home to rest, not to argue. You come home, you have no tension because everything is calm, everything is good. And this feeling of calmness next to a person is the first drop of true love. It arises from accepting the person. A friend of mine came to his mentor and said, I've already forgiven my wife and accepted this from her and accepted that. I don't really need anything from her anymore. Maybe I should go to a monastery? Why should I continue living with her? I don't want anything from her anymore. I agree with everything she does. Well, it doesn't make me happy or sad. I've just accepted it all, agreed with everything. I don't need anything. Maybe I should go to a monastery. And his mentor told him, my dear friend, what you've done is very important, because from this moment, you can start a truly happy life. If you don't need anything from her, you only have one small thing left to do. Just think about it. Let's say you live together. Someone, at least one of you, should be happy, so that this life isn't lived in vain, and let it be her. Most people think the opposite. One of us should be happy, and let it be me. Well, you just need to say at this moment, I don't need anything from her. Let her at least be happy with me. My dear friends, try to understand. This is called the first drop of true love. You've gotten used to the person. You don't need anything from them. You already agree with everything they do. Nothing irritates you, in other words. Now just start doing good deeds for them. And at this moment, you will feel very good next to them. You will live peacefully with them because the energy of love will begin to flow. Because the energy of love doesn't mean enjoying a person or experiencing happiness from them, but the energy of love always means only to take care. And this is the first drop of love. This is the first moment that can really occur in your life if you go this way. How can you distinguish this stage of a relationship? You really feel that you've accepted the person. You're calm living with them. There's no great enjoyment from them, but you've accepted the person. It's easy for you to live with them. And this is the first drop of true love. You understand? But for us, love means love dream. We want a dream. We want our dream to come true with this person. But this will never happen. Because just as a person cannot enter a university without effort, cannot receive money without effort, in the same way, a person cannot get happiness from love without effort. It doesn't happen that you just enjoy something and do nothing for it. This is exactly what we want. We want to meet such a person who would make me be thrilled all my life. That I would just see them and I would feel good with them. That's it. Basta. But this won't happen. This won't happen. If a person has accepted their loved one, agrees with everything and just starts doing good deeds for them, it leads to a calm, stable life. It becomes good to be next to your loved one. It becomes good to live with the person. This is the first drop of love, but you have to start to take care of the person for this, to take care of them, not just wait for when you'll feel good with them. Well, in other words, a woman waits for him to caress her, and she'll feel so good. Don't hold your breath. What should be done? You need to first accept the person, then start taking care of them so that they are happy. And when they are happy, a feeling of stability, a feeling of gratitude will burst from their heart. And this feeling will start to give you pleasure. The feeling of gratitude from the person will start to give you pleasure. You will experience happiness from their gratitude. Kindness towards you will appear in their eyes. They will have a feeling that you are a good person. As in the song, "What can I give you, my dear? How can I thank fate for bringing me to you?" So, such gratitude will appear. This is the first drop of love. The second stage of love comes after the first. That means if you don't pass the first stage, don't expect anything further. Nothing will happen. A person begins to see very deep things in the other person. They begin to see the real in them. In a woman, a man sees real kindness, purity, compassion, caring. A man begins to see some very deep things. A woman sees in a man a desire to take care of her, protect her, help her in life, responsibility, seriousness. A woman sees all of this in a man. And when people begin to deeply see the most important things in each other, from this moment, love moves to the next stage. This stage is called love fidelity. Not love faith, but love fidelity. In other words, one thinks, I will not abandon this person. I am grateful to this person, so much so that I will be faithful to them. So the first stage is love gratitude. Well, thank you for living with me, so to speak. I feel calm and good with you. And then gratitude grows into fidelity. This is a very deep stage of gratitude. It's like sugar. If, let's say, you boil sugar water, it turns into sugar syrup. Similarly, gratitude turns into fidelity. People keep what's important. They don't pay attention to quarrels. How do people live at this stage of fidelity? They quarrel. They make up in half an hour already because they don't attach too much importance to the fact that they quarrel. This is not important to them. They still believe in each other, still trust each other. We had an argument. It's not a big deal. It's nothing. But we have the most important thing in life. We feel and understand each other very deeply. We will never abandon each other. We believe that everything will be fine. The husband is not afraid to let his wife go to a resort or to Italy to see the Colosseum. He's not afraid because he knows she's faithful to him. That means she loves him. This is when faithfulness sets in. And there's also a third stage of love. This third stage is called love sincerity. And only at this third stage do people fully open their hearts to their loved ones. They can talk about deep spiritual things, about God. They can talk about their shortcomings. At this stage of sincerity, a person can listen to their loved one about their shortcomings. At other stages, they don't listen. We are ready to listen to anyone, for example, Dr. Torsunov, anyone about our shortcomings, but not our loved one. Because from a loved one, we want pleasure, happiness. We don't want them to talk about shortcomings. But at the stage of sincerity, people deeply trust each other. This is called heartfelt friendship. It's a very deep feeling. People have friendship in their hearts. They treat each other very sincerely. They will never be rude to each other. They won't be harsh. They will never cause pain. They are very gentle, treating each other with kindness. I was once driving in a car with the radio on. It was the anniversary of some composer, and he said, on my anniversary, I want to say that there is something so important in my life that probably not everyone on earth has. In my life, there is my wife, and she is a very dear person to me. I am grateful to fate that she is by my side. I don't need any gifts. Simply because we have lived together for 70 years. This is the biggest gift in my life. This person understands me more deeply than anyone else in the world, in a way that no one has understood me and no one will understand. When I heard this, I realized that they had reached this third stage of love in their relationship. This is a very rare case.